Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
We've had a guy who has succeeded a lot in the middle order. He's played 4 and 5, which is KL Rahul. I'm yet to understand what's happening with KL Rahul's batting position vis-a-vis India. India seems to see him as the reluctant opener, right? It's the backup opener. The 2019 World Cup, he was opening because Shikhar was injured. This series he's opening because Rohit is injured. The Test series he opened because somebody else got injured.
Mayank went out of form, yeah. Mayank was the original opener.
Yes, so what's going on? Is he now and you know, we love this is the first time that the World Cup is not being discussed, even though it's only 16 months, 17 months away, right? 18 months away. When is
We're
it?
still discussing number 4.
We'll constantly be discussing number 4.
Number 4.
Always.
We discussed number 4 for years.
2015 onwards, it's always ever since UV left, I think. But if you see KL Rahul as opener, so there was a time, DK, that they said he's batting 4 or 5. If you remember, he was also keeping, right? After the 2019 World Cup, he was keeping. They said he's going to bat 4 and 5. He was getting all the runs over there. Now he's opening again. Where do you see this? Because 2023 October, that's when the World Cup is. So it's less than 2 years away. I don't know if India sees Shikhar going till there, because he's going to be knocking on the door of 38 at that time. Rohit will definitely be there. So how do you see it playing out? Do you see Rahul being the opener, them just saying yes? Do you see him going back to the middle order, one of the youngsters coming on top? I'm a little confused about this.
GK, for a start, I don't think in India you can prepare for 18 months. It's impossible. They've never done it. They've never been good at it. It's something that doesn't come for Team India, because every series they're under the pump. They need to win a series every time that they're seen on TV. No coach will ever say, you know what, it's okay losing a series. It can happen. It happens actually in other countries where they're actually okay with losing a few series. They don't, they dig in, they use the word process and they stick to that. Whereas in India, there is no process. The process is winning. You have to find a way to win. So you constantly keep playing the team and the set of players that can win on a given day. That's simple. If you ask actually what they are planning to do right now, they're trying to figure out what is the best way to, get the opening. Now, they are sure KL Rahul is the best opener. I don't think they're going to see him in middle order because he doesn't like it as well. The fact that India has 2 good middle order players in Shreyas Iyer and Surya Kumar, who is yet to even play Surya Kumar. So they have middle order. The question right now is, they're searching not after opener. They are trying to find out who the middle order all-rounder is. That's what they're looking for more. So I think it obviously the best part about Shikhar is, and what I really admire about him is, I think the gun is on his head right now, but still he finds a way to perform, which is the most beautiful thing about him. He is still able to put aside all the pressures. He knows the guillotine is on his head, but still he is just finding a way to hang in there. And that's, I really appreciate him for that, because the queue for openers is, like I said yesterday, there are way too many names and they've all done well. And when IPL comes, every opener scores. That's like, they enjoy it. It's like a feast that they have at the end of the day. They'll love it. So, and you'll keep churning out openers. But for me, I still see Rohit and Rahul as the 2 best openers in the country. And the backup opener, you cannot ignore what Shikhar is doing. You can say he's 36, but he will tell you he's fit, he's ready to go. Why have fitness tests when you're going to look at age? Then tell players that, after 35, we're not going to see you. We're only going to pick players younger than that. I feel that's unfair. He's done well. He's not done anything. He doesn't do well in domestic cricket because I don't think it really inspires him enough to come and play those, slow bowlers of 120 for his style of play. He kind of struggles in slow, low wickets. There's nobody watching the sport. He's played so much international cricket. It's hard for him to motivate himself to play for Delhi and churn runs out for them. He might do it once in a game, but there's no way he can be consistent. But you put him under pressure against an international opposition, he does well. IPL, he does well. That's all a man can do. Now, if you want to drop him saying, boss, you're too old, I think that's very unfair to him, because he's not done anything wrong. He was going well in the World Cup. Post that, he's gone well. IPL, he's done really well for himself. Because he was old, they didn't retain him. If he was 23, for sure he would be retained. But because he's 35 plus, they haven't retained him, which is okay. I can understand with IPL, fair enough. But with the Indian team, I think you've got to keep on to him because he's done well. He's not done anything to say we need to let him go.
Absolutely. No, that's Shikhar. Whenever you say, you're right, the guillotine is on his head, but Shikhar is your typical #challenge accepted. He always does that.
Shikhar is the kind of guy who look up and say, "वो guillotine nazar nahi aa rahi aaj yaar, kya problem hai?"
He's the kind of put baby in the corner, right? And he comes punching out. Shikhar does that. Just to get your opinion on the KL Rahul conversation. Harsha, which position do you like seeing him in?
At the top. At the top, because I think, as DK said, you've got Shreyas Iyer, who's done well in the opportunities that he's got. There's Surya Kumar Yadav, who's playing the best cricket of his life. And you will find somebody or the other coming through anyway. Suppose Hardik Pandya turns up, has a great IPL, his bats beautifully. He says, look, my back may not give you 10 day in, day out, but I'm promising you 4-5 overs day in, day out every game. Then suddenly you've got a finisher there ready-made for you. Ravindra Jadeja is going to come back. So I think the key is finding out that 4-5. And if KL Rahul is batting beautifully, I mean, today if Markram bowls to KL Rahul and he says, oh, okay, this is the first over. Aiden Markram must put on his CV. KL Rahul blocked me with the new ball.
Yeah. It's not going to happen.
I think he's just playing himself. He's such a beautiful player.
I think what you said at the top of the show is perfect. India is still looking for one spot, and that is the number 4 spot. Because if you see, Rishabh Pant is at 5, Hardik Pandya comes at 6, and Jadeja will walk in at 7. And then if you can get somebody who can bat as an all-rounder, as a fast bowler, even better, or a spinner. So you have batting up to 8 and you're sorted. The only number that you again need to look at is number 4. 1, 2, 3, you have Rohit, Rahul and Virat. You can't get better than that. And then if you have a Shikhar or whoever else is at the backup, there is no other spot that is there up for grabs. It's going to be the Hardik / Venkatesh.
Who's your horse at 4?
I think we need to start with Shreyas. He's shown every opportunity he's got. He's been under immense pressure again, but done well for himself. Even before he got injured, he did well. They batted him in a spot which he's not used to, but he's done well. So, I feel that we should back that guy. The only problem is they don't bat 4 enough in wherever they play. So what happens is Shreyas goes back to Delhi Capitals, he bats at 3. That's where he's most comfortable at. If he goes back to Bombay, he bats at 3. So he doesn't bat at 4. The problem is if he bats at 4, obviously the quantum of runs will reduce wherever he plays. Then it looks like he hasn't got enough runs. That's a different type of headache then. So he'd rather go score the quantum of runs and tell people that, boss, I'm scoring runs.